The teachings of the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and others, have endured for centuries because they address universal truths about human nature and the challenges we face in life. In a world of rapid technological change, constant distractions, and unrelenting pressures, their wisdom is more relevant than ever. The Stoics taught us how to navigate life's inevitable challenges by focusing on what we can control, embracing resilience, and pursuing tranquility amidst chaos. In this series, we will apply their timeless principles to the complexities of modern life, offering actionable insights that can lead to a more peaceful, purposeful existence. Let us explore how Stoicism can empower us to live better lives, starting with 3 foundational topics: mastering control, building resilience, and finding tranquility. Number 1. Mastering the art of control in a chaotic world. Modern life often feels like a whirlwind of unpredictable events. The economy fluctuates, relationships shift, technology evolves faster than we can adapt, and the constant stream of news alerts leaves us overwhelmed. In such a chaotic environment, it's easy to feel powerless. But as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The essence of mastering control lies in recognizing the boundary between what we can influence and what we cannot. Imagine someone stuck in traffic on the way to an important meeting. Their initial reaction might be anger or frustration, lamenting the situation and imagining worst-case scenarios. However, Stoicism teaches that the traffic itself is beyond their control, but their response to it is not. Instead of succumbing to stress, they can use the time to reflect, listen to an inspiring podcast, or simply practice patience. In the digital age, this principle extends to how we interact with technology and social media. We cannot control the negativity we see online or the addictive algorithms pulling at our attention. But we can control how much time we spend scrolling, the accounts we follow, and whether we allow external opinions to influence our sense of self-worth. By exercising this kind of control, we reclaim our mental space and energy for more meaningful pursuits. Mastering control doesn't mean disengaging from the world or avoiding responsibility. It means approaching life with the serenity of understanding where your efforts can make a difference and letting go of the rest. When we internalize this lesson, chaos becomes less intimidating. Instead, we face it with clarity, poise, and resilience, knowing that our peace lies not in changing the world, but in mastering our minds. Number 2. Building resilience in the face of adversity. Life is full of challenges: a job loss, a health scare, or the betrayal of a trusted friend. These moments can feel insurmountable, but Stoicism offers a powerful reframe. Marcus Aurelius writes, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea is especially pertinent in the modern world, where obstacles often come in the form of uncertainty and failure. Consider the entrepreneur whose startup collapses after years of effort. They could see the failure as a personal indictment, or they could embrace it as a stepping stone to future success. The Stoic mindset encourages the latter. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. The obstacles we face are not roadblocks. They are the training ground for resilience. In practice, building resilience means adopting habits that prepare us for adversity. Regularly challenging ourselves, whether through physical exercise, learning new skills, or stepping out of our comfort zones, creates a reservoir of mental strength. When we voluntarily confront smaller discomforts, we develop the fortitude to handle larger ones. Stoicism also teaches us to shift our perspective. Epictetus advises us to consider challenges as a natural part of life, rather than a personal injustice. In a modern context, this might mean reframing a difficult boss as an opportunity to practice patience, or viewing a financial hardship as a chance to reevaluate priorities. By accepting adversity as inevitable and viewing it as a teacher, we transform pain into progress and hardship into heroism. Number 3. The pursuit of tranquility in a world full of noise. The modern world is louder than ever, both literally and metaphorically. Social media platforms clamor for our attention, notifications disrupt our focus, and the 24-hour news cycle feeds our anxiety. Amidst this noise, how can we find the tranquility the Stoics prized so highly? Marcus Aurelius offers guidance. If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them. And it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now. Tranquility begins with the realization that our distress often stems from how we interpret events, rather than the events themselves. For example, imagine receiving a critical email from a colleague. It's easy to let such messages spiral into feelings of inadequacy or anger. However, by pausing to question the judgment, why am I letting this email affect my peace? We can regain control over our emotions. Practically, pursuing tranquility means creating intentional habits to reduce the noise. This might include setting boundaries with technology by turning off unnecessary notifications, establishing no-phone hours, or practicing mindfulness through meditation or journaling. The Stoics also remind us to cultivate gratitude. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we quiet the endless mental chatter of desire and dissatisfaction. Another aspect of tranquility is learning to accept impermanence. The Stoics frequently meditated on the fleeting nature of life to remind themselves that much of what agitates us is transient. In modern life, this might mean not fretting over a delayed flight or an unflattering social media post. These events, while inconvenient, have no lasting impact on our overall well-being unless we allow them to. In a world full of noise, tranquility is a radical act. It is not about escaping reality, but about meeting it with a calm, composed mind. The Stoic path to tranquility equips us to navigate the chaos of modern life with grace and perspective. Number 4. Embracing mortality to live a fuller life. In a society obsessed with youth, longevity, and endless distractions, contemplating mortality might feel like a grim or unnecessary exercise. Yet, for the Stoics, reflecting on the inevitability of death was not about fostering fear. It was about cultivating purpose. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." These words remind us that death is not a distant concept, but an ever-present possibility, urging us to live fully in the present. Imagine someone scrolling endlessly through social media, mindlessly consuming content while hours slip away. In the modern world, this kind of behavior is all too common. But when viewed through the lens of memento mori, the Stoic practice of remembering death, this time-wasting habit takes on a new light. If today were your last, would you spend it passively watching the lives of others unfold? Likely not. Contemplating mortality invites us to clarify our priorities. It pushes us to ask hard questions. What truly matters to me? Am I dedicating my time to what aligns with my values and passions? These reflections can help us let go of trivialities, from petty arguments to materialistic pursuits, and focus instead on meaningful relationships, personal growth, and contributions to the world. In practical terms, embracing mortality can manifest as a commitment to mindfulness. When we remind ourselves that each moment is precious, we become more present in our daily lives. Conversations with loved ones become richer. Small joys, like a beautiful sunset or a heartfelt laugh, are savored, and we stop postponing dreams for someday. For example, a person who has always wanted to write a book, but keeps delaying the project, might use memento mori as motivation. Realizing that life's length is uncertain could inspire them to start today, knowing that the best time to pursue their passion is now. Far from morbid, this practice empowers us to live with greater intention and vitality. By embracing mortality, we paradoxically learn to cherish life. Number 5. How to thrive. despite other people's opinions. In a world dominated by likes, shares, and comments, it's easy to become ensnared in the trap of external validation. Social media amplifies this dynamic, where approval from others often feels like a measure of our worth. Yet, the Stoics remind us that true freedom lies in detachment from the opinions of others. As Marcus Aurelius advises, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. Be satisfied if your conscience approves. Consider a modern-day scenario: an artist debating whether to share their unconventional work. Fear of criticism or poor reception might hold them back. However, a Stoic would argue that the artist's focus should not be on how others perceive the work, but on the authenticity and effort they poured into it. Approval from one's own conscience, a sense of having acted in alignment with one's values, is the only validation that truly matters. The Stoic path to thriving despite others' opinions begins with self-awareness. When we understand our own values and priorities, we are less likely to be swayed by external judgments. For example, someone pursuing a career change that others deem risky can ground themselves in their own reasoning. Why do I want this? How does it align with my goals? By focusing on these internal motivations, they can make decisions with confidence and clarity. This principle also extends to handling criticism. A Stoic approach involves separating constructive feedback from unhelpful negativity. If a colleague provides thoughtful suggestions for improvement, we can welcome it as an opportunity to grow. But if someone's critique stems from malice or ignorance, we can dismiss it as irrelevant to our self-worth. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In the digital age, thriving despite others' opinions might mean stepping back from the relentless pursuit of likes and comments. Instead, we can focus on creating, acting, and living in ways that align with our own principles. True contentment arises not from external applause, but from the quiet assurance that we are living authentically and true to ourselves. Number 6. The power of daily reflection. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, days often blur together. We rush from task to task, rarely pausing to reflect on our actions, decisions, or growth. Yet, for the Stoics, daily reflection was a cornerstone of a meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Take full account of what excellencies you possess, and in gratitude remember how you would hanker after them if you had them not." This practice of self-assessment fosters gratitude, humility, and continuous improvement. Imagine ending each day by asking yourself a few simple questions. What did I do well today? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? This habit, while deceptively simple, can be transformative. It shifts our focus from external distractions to internal growth, helping us align our actions with our values. In today's world, reflection might take the form of journaling. Writing down our thoughts and experiences provides clarity and allows us to track progress over time. For example, a professional navigating a challenging project might use journaling to analyze what strategies are working and what needs adjustment. By reflecting consistently, they build a deeper understanding of their own strengths and areas for growth. Daily reflection also cultivates gratitude. In an age of consumerism and comparison, it's easy to focus on what we lack rather than appreciating what we have. By actively acknowledging our blessings, a supportive partner, good health, or a fulfilling job, we counteract feelings of dissatisfaction and develop a more positive outlook. The practice of reflection doesn't require hours of introspection. Even a few minutes of focused thought can yield significant benefits. The key is consistency. Just as physical exercise strengthens the body, daily reflection strengthens the mind and spirit, equipping us to navigate life's complexities with greater wisdom and purpose. Number 7. Living in harmony with nature and reality. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, not just the natural world, but also the nature of reality. Epictetus observed, "Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from others twice as much as we speak. This insight emphasizes the importance of understanding, acceptance, and balance in our interactions with the world. In modern life, living in harmony with nature might mean adopting sustainable habits, reducing waste, consuming mindfully, and recognizing our interconnectedness with the environment. But it also extends to accepting the natural flow of life. For instance, trying to control every aspect of a situation, whether it's a career path or a personal relationship, can lead to frustration and burnout. Instead, a Stoic approach involves focusing on what we can influence and gracefully adapting to what we cannot. Consider someone navigating a major life transition, such as moving to a new city. The process is inherently challenging, with unexpected obstacles like logistical hiccups or feelings of homesickness. A Stoic perspective encourages them to embrace the situation as it unfolds, accepting both the difficulties and the opportunities it presents. By aligning their efforts with reality, rather than resisting it, they find greater ease and resilience. This principle also applies to our interactions with others. Listening more than we speak, as Epictetus suggests, fosters deeper understanding and connection. In a world where many conversations feel like competitions, choosing to listen attentively is a radical act of harmony. Ultimately, living in harmony with nature and reality means embracing life as it is, not as we wish it to be. By doing so, we cultivate a sense of peace and purpose, even amidst life's inevitable uncertainties. Number 8. Turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles are inevitable. Whether it's a career setback, a health challenge, or a strained relationship, such hurdles can feel like insurmountable roadblocks. Yet, the Stoics teach us to view obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities. Epictetus reminds us, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well." This mindset shift is transformative in modern life. Imagine a professional who loses their job unexpectedly. At first, the experience is devastating. However, by reframing this obstacle as an opportunity to explore new career paths or build new skills, they might discover a passion they'd never have pursued otherwise. The obstacle, in this case, becomes the catalyst for personal and professional growth. A practical way to turn obstacles into opportunities is by asking, "What can I learn from this? And how can I grow because of it?" This perspective doesn't erase the difficulty of the situation, but helps us approach it with resilience and purpose. Consider the rise of remote work during the COVID-19 pandemic. For many, it was a disruptive shift. However, others saw it as a chance to redesign their work-life balance, spend more time with family, or even start new ventures. The Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, anticipating potential challenges, can also help us prepare mentally for adversity. By imagining worst-case scenarios, we reduce their emotional impact when they occur and equip ourselves to respond constructively. Obstacles, when approached with a Stoic mindset, transform from sources of frustration into stepping stones toward our best selves. Number 9. The discipline of desire and avoidance. In an age of instant gratification, discipline often feels like a lost virtue. Advertising and technology constantly tempt us to chase fleeting pleasures, whether it's the latest gadget, fast food, or the dopamine hit of a social media notification. Epictetus's wisdom is a powerful antidote. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. The Stoics understood that unchecked desires can enslave us. Modern-day examples abound: compulsive online shopping driven by marketing algorithms, binge-watching shows at the expense of sleep, or pursuing superficial goals because society deems them valuable. When we're ruled by desires, we lose control over our lives. True freedom comes from mastering them. To cultivate the discipline of desire and avoidance, we must first identify what truly matters. A Stoic approach involves distinguishing between necessary and unnecessary desires. For example, eating is necessary, but indulging in excessive luxury foods is not. Similarly, earning a living is important, but sacrificing our well-being to climb the corporate ladder may not align with our values. A practical modern exercise is the Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort. By occasionally choosing simplicity, skipping a meal, taking a cold shower, or spending a day without digital devices, we remind ourselves that we can endure discomfort and that we don't need constant indulgence to be content. These exercises strengthen our discipline, helping us resist temptations that don't serve our long-term goals. The discipline of desire and avoidance doesn't mean rejecting pleasure altogether. It's about reclaiming agency and ensuring that our choices reflect our values rather than fleeting impulses. By mastering our desires, we achieve not only freedom, but also a deeper, more enduring sense of satisfaction. Number 10. How to stay true to your values in a changing world. The modern world is one of constant change. Technologies evolve, cultural norms shift, and external pressures can make it difficult to stay grounded. Yet, Marcus Aurelius's timeless advice offers clarity. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In a world full of distractions and conflicting values, Stoicism reminds us to focus on living authentically and adhering to our principles. Staying true to your values begins with clarity. What do you stand for? What principles guide your decisions? In the chaos of modern life, many people fail to define their values, leaving them vulnerable to external influences. For instance, a person might prioritize financial success only to realize later that they've neglected family, health, or personal integrity. Once values are clear, the challenge becomes living by them consistently. This can be particularly difficult in environments that reward compromise or conformity. A Stoic mindset, however, encourages us to act with integrity regardless of external pressures. For example, a whistleblower who exposes corruption in their organization may face backlash, but their actions align with their principles of honesty and justice. Practically, staying true to your values means setting boundaries. In a workplace, this might involve declining tasks that conflict with ethical standards or refusing to participate in office gossip. In personal life, it might mean limiting time spent with people who undermine your growth or happiness. While these choices can be uncomfortable, they reaffirm our commitment to living authentically. Stoicism also teaches us to accept that we cannot control others' opinions. By focusing on our own integrity, we free ourselves from the need for external validation. True contentment arises not from how others perceive us, but from knowing that we've acted according to our values. In a changing world, this inner compass provides the stability we need to navigate life with courage and purpose. The wisdom of the Stoics has stood the test of time because it addresses the universal challenges of being human. In mastering control, we reclaim our inner peace in a chaotic world. By building resilience, we transform life's hardships into opportunities for growth. The pursuit of tranquility, the acceptance of mortality, and the discipline of desire anchor us in the present, helping us navigate life with purpose and clarity. Perhaps most importantly, Stoicism empowers us to live authentically in alignment with our values, regardless of the external pressures we face. As we apply these ancient teachings to modern life, we unlock their transformative power, creating lives of greater meaning, strength, and serenity. Stoic wisdom isn't just philosophy, it's a way of life. By embracing its principles, we take a step closer to becoming the best versions of ourselves. Let these teachings guide you, not just as lessons to ponder, but as actions to live by. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it to spread the wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss future videos on Stoic living and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and I wish you strength on your journey.